Hello and welcome to Keeping the Conversation Alive. I always have to think what hand that is because the camera's reversed. Anyway, hello, hope you're well. Today, I thought, I forgot, what did I call it? This. Let me tell you. Ready? uh, I make this so smooth. This is abuse. Okay, so what I want to do is talk about it and the steps you can take to avoid it. Da-da. So what I want to do is I've seen quite a few posts where people are unsure. I'm in a few different groups of domestic abuse, emotional abuse and domestic violence groups because I specialise in that area. Not as an esteemed, like I know or it all, but just to offer steerage and advice where I can, as well as putting the resources up and as well as helping where I help. Because I did the video, I think it was yesterday or the day before, saying that this is where I started off, emotional abuse, and this subject, and it's like, how come people don't know about this stuff, and people are in controlling, manipulative relationships and they don't realise, and so people don't understand this stuff, and I got really passionate about this stuff and put this stuff out there. But then the more I did it, the deeper it went, and it's like, what's actually at the bottom of it, what's actually causing this stuff. That's what you need to work on, not the actual abuse stuff. Anyway, that's a bit further down the line. But what I wanted to do was start with really helping you understand what emotional abuse, psychological abuse is, which is now illegal in a lot of places, most places. Certainly here in the UK, it's illegal. Proving it is difficult, but there have been a few cases now where it's been documented and going to court and resulted in jail sentences, both male and female abusers. So this stuff is growing in momentum, which is a fantastic thing. So physical abuse, we understand. Emotional abuse, which always is present when there is physical abuse. It's like emotional abuse first, then emotional and physical abuse, then emotional and physical and sexual abuse. It's all encompasses emotional abuse. So what I want to do is say, oh no, I don't want to say take the test. You can take the test. It's this one. Boing! I wanted to go through a few forms. I mean, there's tons. A few forms of abuse. I think these, for people that know, these are, this is a good list to start with. So I want to whiz through these, help you understand what the forms kind of recognise, how to recognise this stuff, and then just wrap it up. Obviously, I'm not going to cover the whole subject in this time, but I want to work through this list with you, just so you can understand the forms and maybe share this with somebody who you think might be struggling, who seems down on themselves, and you question the relationship. They seem to change a little bit. Anyway, so minimising. What is minimising? I feel really passionate about this subject. No, you don't. It's stupid. It doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. So something that for you is as a big subject or a big emotion or a big deal, the other person will go, no, it's not, and tell you, and just make it small, when to you it's something big and it's important and it's significant, and this is, no, it isn't, that's stupid. That's minimising. Okay, it's really simple, but it's like, it has a massive effect on you, because somebody's making you not count. And of course, you've got it in your head already that you don't count, you're not worthy, you're not good enough anyway. So that plays on that beautifully. So it's a great technique for narcissists to use. So if you're a narcissist, this is a great one. Oh yeah, I'm feeding you some good stuff. You know this stuff anyway. So withholding. That's a fantastic one that narcissists do, emotional abusers do. Right, when can we talk about this? Because this is really important. We need to get this stuff because the finances are all going out of control. I just need to plan it down, so we can all, control it and budget it. And tomorrow. Okay, can we do it? No, we'll do it tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow comes. Right, when can we do it? You said, I'm not ready. What do you mean you're not? Stop hassling me. I'll do it when I'm ready. It's like them taking control, withholding, holding back. But take another example. Okay, so that's them taking the control of when you will be able to have this conversation together. Withholding sex is a great one in a relationship. You're feeling a bit amorous and, you want to make that connection. Ding dong. But then they might withhold, and this goes both ways. So might withhold the intimacy from you. And that's withholding, so there's all sorts of different ways and techniques of withholding. So withholding a connection, withholding a conversation, withholding intimacy, withholding, all sorts of different things. Aggression, obviously that's a more easily understandable one. Maybe it's like, he never actually hits me. So, you know, no, he's not aggressive. He's never actually hit me. But, you know, how many times have you had a fist waved in your face? You know, aggression, using that dominance, particularly the male aggression, using that, but it can be both ways. Again, this isn't gender bias, although reporting wise, absolutely, there's more of a bias towards men, but that men being the physical abusers, absolutely. Using that physical presence and aggression towards you without actually hitting. So it never hit me. He's waving a threatening behaviour. So that's a more easily understandable one. Did I just make that mistake? Isolation. Now this is a really subtle one. Isolating you from your friends, your family, quietly over time, building up, justifying it, and this is so insidious you don't notice it. I can remember actually turning my parents away, actually turning my sister away. Cool. That makes me a little bit emotional. Actually turning my sister away, didn't speak to her for 6 months, 8 months, and my parents, I think it was about a year. So not speak to my sister, I spoke to my sister like most days, but certainly every weekend. Sometimes in my life I'd see her most weekends, and so close to her. So to not, to push her away, it was so insidious, because often what happens is the abuser, it jumps into your family, integrates themselves fully into your family, and it's like, wow, this is amazing. They love this person, they love that person, your mum, your dad, they're so helpful, because of course your parents then think this person is wonderful. Willie is so happy. Willie has fallen on his seat. I'm Willie, by the way. William. If they call me William, I'm in trouble. How insidious it is, and everything like that. So in terms of, that's how it starts, but then quietly over time, I don't like this, they said that, they shouldn't do that to you, they shouldn't, almost protecting you. That's how it comes across. But what is actually is building is slowly isolating you. I don't like that friend. That friend shouldn't, they don't deserve you. They don't, oh gosh, really? And it feels like a protective cloak around you, which is so nice and so lovely. However, after a little while, you start to realize you cannot do anything. You cannot go anywhere because isolation has happened. And you feel like it's you that's doing it, when actually it's them. It's horrible. So if you can recognize that. Jealousy is a similar thing. The vein can come along with that somebody gets jealous. I can't go out with any men because if it's a woman, because they get, oh, he gets so jealous. I've assured him there's nothing, I love him, and but he gets so jealous. He checks my phone, he checks, that's not right. That power and control, that dominance, let me see, prove, that dominance over you, show me that you're being faithful. That jealousy is not right. And it goes both ways. The woman can be jealous of the man and threatening that, I know you're thinking about stuff. I know you looked at her, you didn't. It's like, whoa. I look at everybody. It gets you on the back foot and you're justifying stuff. So jealousy it's maybe more of an obvious one. You can spot it more obviously and clearly. But no, this is a form of emotional abuse. Fear. Walking on eggshells is just the classic expression for emotional abuse. And maybe we've all been brought up that way, treading carefully so as not to wake the beast, so not to disturb somebody and get a wrath of emotions and abuse back at you. But treading carefully for fear of, and maybe you know this already, but treading carefully so that nobody has a go at you, so that the person, so you don't say the wrong thing, so you don't, the fear of making a mistake, the fear of being stupid, saying something stupid, the fear of the aggression coming in. But it could be a fear of doing something you're not meant to, leaving the keys in the wrong pot, because or putting the cupboard, emptying the dishwasher, putting the mugs in the wrong way. So, oh God, I've done that again. Oh my God, I'm stupid, because they're OCD and they're, but you think they're all right because you put them on a pedestal above yourself, which is wrong. So fear in all sorts of different ways. Fear in all, so many different ways. Crazy making. This one's a good one. Literally crazy making. Do this, do this, do this, do this. Okay, I'm doing this. Why are you doing that? Don't do that. Don't do that. Do that. I told you not to do that. No, you didn't. You told me to do this. Yes, you didn't. Why are you doing that? I'm doing this because you told me not to do that. No, I told you to do that. Are you not listening? Are you stupid? Have you got an abuser that does that? sometimes, every abuser is different and they have a different pattern, but noticing the pattern is so key. But once you know this stuff, looking out for this stuff, but of course they make it feel like, oh, it's you that's crazy. Is this helpful? Let me know. Share it with somebody. Dominating, the last one I'll cover, dominating over you. You can't make a decision. You're useless. What? Look at that. Look at the evidence. Well, look what happened then. Look what happened then. You can't be trusted. I need to make the decision because I'm taller than you. I'm just not taller. I'm more important. I'm dominating over you. And it could be in sex as well, in the relationships, in intimacy. They need to dominate. And when you start feeling free, perhaps think, we'll change this around, dominate over them, and you'll control them. They don't like it at all. Whoosh, what you doing? What you doing? Ooh. And that's about the immaturity. It's not a balance thing. They need to dominate over you. So that can be literally, forcing, dominating over you. It can be, which is obviously a horrible thing, and that goes towards the sexual abuse side and the physical abuse side. But they can dominate over you in terms of taking the control, not letting you. And this involves all the minimizing, withholding, aggression, all this stuff. They just need to dominate over you. And if you have low self-esteem, then you'll be the one that's thinking, oh God, I'm silly, I'm stupid, I'm not good enough, I'm wrong. Do you see how this stuff works? And it's bloody horrid. It's bloody horrid. So unfortunately, it's all those behaviours, and I hope that's useful, are normal. And that's the problem, because we've been brought up with it. It's normal. It's normalised in our head, and we're familiar with it. And that's what often happens when people come on the programme, that they get to see where this stuff started, why it's familiar, where the pattern has formed in the past. And it's like, oh my God, this is creating my future. Which means it's really difficult to distinguish, to actually see this stuff is so difficult, because it's just normal. It's like that analogy I always use about the farmer can't smell the farm. He smells fresh air. Whereas somebody comes from the city, comes in, bloody fresh air, boy, fresh air, here, boy, and it's like, God, bloody, it stinks, But that's because the senses literally have to adjust and say, no, there's no difference here. There's no difference, so they fire off no difference. So the brain says nothing, this is normal. Right, so that's what happens with abuse, with this behaviour that we learn. We learn low self-esteem. We're not given it, we learn it over time. So what I'd suggest to you is to dive into this subject matter. If this is going, this rings true, I get this, this and this, or maybe on the list, if you're going, oh, just a minute, tick, 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 tick. If you've got one tick, that's one tick too many, And this is not just one instance, this is a pattern over time. That's when you can tell and be quite sure that stuff's going on. So if that is the case, then dive in. I've got lots of resources, lots of free videos. I've got a free self-esteem mini series that you can find. Just message me for that. So dive in, and like I said at the beginning, it goes deeper. So this is an emotional abuse subject, and I found out it goes much deeper. And in fact, instead of being about the abuser, it becomes about you, and that's in a positive way, because you can control this stuff. And that's what I talk about with the mother of all beliefs. That's what causes it. Oh my God, that's what it took me ages to find out, but it's all about the mother of all beliefs, and we all have individual, unique programming in there, which is the mother of all belief that fires off everything and draws this stuff towards us. So my invitation to you is obviously to take the test, because if you have low self-esteem, it will show up in the test, and that will confirm that this is the pattern that's in your life, even though you can't see it, even though like the farm and you can't sense it. So my invitation is to share this to somebody who you think might benefit. Share this to somebody that might see this pattern in you that you don't see, especially in your relationship. Talk about this. Obviously, ultimately, if this is you, overcome this stuff. There's not many people that go to the kind of the depth that I've found and are passionate about, whereas there's lots of people that work around which is great, because there's more resources for you around understanding the subject, but actually to overcome it on a deeper level from that mother of all beliefs. That's where you need to work. So it's less actually about the abuser, and it's more about your mother of all beliefs. So I hope that helps. I said here, share, the link for the test is around here. So do take the test if you haven't already. If you have a score of 15 or lower, then this is absolutely for you, and it won't change. It only gets worse, because incrementally it gets, it's not incremental, it goes, the abuse gets worse over time. and it gets harder. It's like a spider's web. It's really difficult. Also, please like, comment, and share. So get involved with me in the conversation about that. Ask me questions about this stuff. Like I say, I do have a free mini series about low self-esteem. One of those sections is all about emotional abuse. Okay, how much time is that? 15 minutes again. These are meant to be short, but that's a bigger subject. So many thanks. Lots of love to you. Loves you, boyo. Speak to you soon. Bye bye.